Hey everyone, North Central here. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry if you hear the background noise of the generator running. The power's out in my neighborhood right now, and one of my neighbors has of course, an automatic generator that starts up whenever the power goes out. So it's running. Of course, I don't have my generator out yet. I mean, this just happened. It's about 10:30 in the morning. It's still only about 70 degrees outside. So I'm gonna wait for it to warm up a little bit before I actually start my generator up, save a little bit of gas. But I wanted to do a review of my garden here. I haven't taken you around to show it to you for about 3.5 weeks or so. And as you can see, things are definitely growing up. These are my beets down here. This is the little garden here in my back of my house. The beets are doing well. The cucumbers, as you can see, have lots of flowers on them. And I'll zoom in a little bit and show you those flowers. Okay, so here we are. And as you can see, we've got lots and lots and lots of flowers. Now, all of these are male flowers. And just in case you don't know what exactly the look of a male flower and a female flower is, I'm going to show you. Okay, this is a female flower, and you can see the little cucumber here with the flower coming off of it. So the bees will go down and mess around on the male flowers and bring the pollen up here and pollinate this. Now, if this doesn't get pollinated, this will simply just die and fall off. But if it does, of course, this cucumber will start to get bigger. So that's a female flower and a cucumber plant. So as you can see, I mean, lots and lots of flowers. Most of these, of course, are male flowers, and you'll get that. Most of the flowers on these plants will be male flowers with female flowers going up throughout each little node here. But of course, the cucumbers are doing well. Beets, of course, as you can see, are doing well. The thought process behind this tomato plant, of course, is to get about as high as the stake here. And the stakes, I got the stake here about 5 feet high. And then I'm going to top it. And when I top it, what I'm wanting to do with it is see how that does with the tomatoes. Okay, this is an indeterminate plant. It'll just keep growing and growing and growing and growing. But I want to see if I top it and don't let it grow anymore, if the tomatoes get that much bigger or whatever. Well, here in the corner of the bed, right here in front of the tomato plant, I planted a pumpkin. And as you can, this is a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. And as you can see, it is getting really big. It's got these real great big huge beautiful leaves, green leaves. And I just let it go up my step here, and I'm not real sure exactly what I'm going to do with it there, but it is flowering. Now these are male flowers on the pumpkin plant, and I'll get you a nice close-up of that as well. So just a great big huge beautiful pumpkin plant, and just to give you an indication of how big it is, that's it with my hand. I mean, it's a great big flower, and right here in the center, of course, is where all your pollen is. Now these are male flowers, okay, and I'll show you the difference here. I've got a couple of female ones just starting to come up. They have not bloomed yet. Okay, so this is probably pretty hard to see, but right here, this is going to be the flower pot coming off right here, the flower part, sorry. This right down here, it's got a real little tiny pumpkin on it. Okay, pumpkins are part of the squash family, so squashes do pretty much the same thing. But the flower is going to come off the top of this, it's going to bloom, and the bees and stuff will go down to the male flowers and get pollen all over them and come up here and spread it onto this and pollinate this pumpkin. Or you can do it with your hand. But you get a lot more male flowers than you do female flowers with these, which is why the male flowers are blooming now. But this is definitely a female flower because you can see the little tiny pumpkin down here on it. Okay, over here in the global style self-watering containers, I had all my peppers planted, or some of my peppers planted, and this is the super chili, and it's just putting out all kinds of little peppers in little flower pots. And the more this thing grows, the better it does, and it's very vigorous and it's doing very well in this pot. Some of these plants are doing well, some of them haven't, and I'm going to show you all of them. So this is the super chili here. This is the orange habanero, and as you can see, it is not doing well at all. I have not had any luck at all with any of these plants, whether it's in the global bucket, it's in a regular bucket over on the deck, but not a whole lot of success out of these. I'm not sure what exactly I'm doing wrong with them, but apparently I don't have a knack for it. It's still growing a little bit, still putting off new leaves. I do have a couple of little buds up here where it looks like it might be flower pods, but we'll see what it does. I'm still going to keep it there. This is the Serrano pepper, and it's doing well. It's the tallest of them, and of course you can see I've got a little pepper there, and it's putting out a lot more flowers and stuff up here that's been pollinated and putting off little tiny peppers up here. So another real nice vigorous plant that's doing well. This is the Trinidad Scorpion, and it's doing well. Look at them great big beautiful leaves off this plant. I mean, this plant is just gorgeous. I can't wait for this thing to put out pods and start to flower up. But it is splitting up here right at the top. I have a split here and a split here coming off with new growth and leaves on both. So it does not have a flower on it yet, but I'm suspecting that this thing is gonna start to put out here within about the next month or so. Okay, this was the last global bucket that I did with the self-watering system in it, and the bell pepper that was in here died off. Since then I put a watermelon in it, and it seems to be doing rather well. It's just taking right off. So keep an eye on it and see what it does. Now, we had a major storm come by here last night. It dumped probably about 2.5 to 3 inches of water on us. Flash floods all throughout the area and everything, which is why a lot of these plants are laying over. This is dill. In fact, this is mammoth dill that I put in here for me to do my my dill pickles with the cucumbers later this season. And this is another watermelon plant, as is this one. I'm probably going to end up taking this one out. In fact, I'll just do that. Too many plants in one little container isn't that great. But this one right here is going to continue to grow, and I'll grow it across my deck and hopefully get a nice watermelon out of it. Yeah, this is one thing that I didn't think that I'd ever see. I've got corn on my deck, and it is absolutely fantastic. Now, this big stalk right here, and then the bucket over here, if you can see it, this one right here, this is one of the first ones that were planted. Okay, it came up and another one came up, but none of the other ones did, so I replanted those, and these two came up along with this one. This one's not doing so well, and about 2 to 3 weeks after I planted this bucket, I planted this bucket, and of course all of these came up fairly well. They are getting plenty of water. They're in the global bucket system, where you put the water in here, and from the reservoir down here, the soil wicks it up, so these plants get plenty of water whenever they want it. And they were fertilized with some organic fertilizer. But I have corn on my deck, and this is just fantastic. It is a sweet corn. This is the hybrid container corn from Burpee, and it looks like it's doing pretty well. Okay, had to show you this one. This is the Praxenstein pepper, or the Franken pepper, that I got from Ray at the Praxis channel a couple years back. And as you can see, it's starting to take off. It did lose some leaves earlier on, and still it may lose a few more leaves, but it is putting off flowers and little flower buds, and I expect them to be pollinated and produce peppers. Last year this thing put off so many peppers I didn't know what to do with all of them, so I'm expecting pretty much the same results this year. Okay guys, so that's pretty much it on the tour. You know, there's a lot more to see actually. You know, I have a lot of things in pots and different containers, but you know, a tomato's a tomato, and you know, a potato's a potato, and a beet's a beet, and corn's corn. You know, once you see it, you know, I hate to go around, oh look, a tomato here, oh look, there's another tomato here. You know, that's just not what I want to do. I want to show you a couple different things and show you how they're doing. So that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed the tour. Until next time, this is North Central. Thanks for watching.